Alright guys, welcome back to Ultimate Scale RC. I'm Matt. Alright, so this is gonna be part two of the um cab module. Alright, so um basically where we're at now is we've fused the floor pan to the RC4WD drive Chevy Scottsdale cab and then section front clip off. So now it's time to unclamp this baby. Alright, so what we're going to do is take the tape off. I'm probably going to retape it later and do the post-processing, basically to fill that gap. So what they want to know is like your hinges on your doors, um, they're like the common denominator of why you might need to, raise one side versus the other. Um, so you don't want to, once some are on the door, you pretty much want to keep track of those, which one goes, which set goes to what side, and top and bottom, and all that. So just something to know. All right, so now that we got that off, this can kind of relax. So this side's pretty good and tight. Same with this side. All right, so what I think I'm gonna do now before I proceed to doing this guy, um, because that is the next step is fusing the firewall to the front clip. So we're going to be bolting this on and then fusing that on there. But there's some things we need to do to this before we get to that stage. And also you may want to put your magnets in here to set your doors. And you may even want to adjust your gap. Um, because as you take material off the door, the magnets are going to pull it closer. So you need those in to do that. So we're gonna do that now. Oops, sorry guys. I'm gonna get rid of these clamps. I don't think we're gonna be using them again. I'll set those on the floor and I'm gonna set with the side. Alright, so I better do this on camera. I think I'm gonna take the doors off. Alright, so that magnet's got a epoxy all over it. Alright, so in the cab side, there's pockets in the door jamb. And that's actually they're made kind of loose, and that's for a reason so that these magnets can kind of self-adjust for the door. And then once you got your door alignment, then you can squirt some glue, CS glue in there to um hold them in place. But if you got a shop ruler like this is how you're going to get them in there, because it's kind of tricky, because the way that it's designed, it's only big enough to allow one magnet in at a time. But then once you get one in, it can slide to the back, and then you can get the front one in. So what you'll have to do is drill another limb, and then kind of push. Actually, put the first one in. All right, so now I can get the other one. So and then kind of slide the ruler out as you're pushing the other one in. So I got it in there. I hope that was a good enough explanation. Then yeah, once you got them in there, they're not coming out. And I'm gonna put these the same orientation. I'm gonna put the first one in. Oh yeah. All right, so I'm kind of using that ruler to keep that one pushed down. Now I got that my second one started. I'm gonna pull this out, and then it slips right in. All right. So now I use just two on the cab and two on the inside the door, and that seems to be plenty sufficient. And for now, I'm not gonna worry about gluing them in. Right. Um, so I got an interference right here and here. See, so and then if it's on that side, then I likely have it on this side. You may want to wad up some tape in there, if anything. The side seems to be fairly good. But yeah, I'm gonna cut that down on both these doors. And then both the doors need some trimming. So I'm gonna grab my file. Once I have these doors off, I'm gonna do that. I think I'm good there. Kind of where that A pillar drops down. It does sort of, I think that's fine on this one too. All right, so I'm gonna pop these back off. And I got pretty even with this side. But now I gotta work on this upper parts again. And also know, where you took out on the cab too. If you have to, you can, if you got, like I got a little spot right here. That's also uneven, and but I'm seeing it visually, but not noticing it. All right, so I got that pretty good. So now we can do the front clip. All right, so like I mentioned in the other video, you want to fill those bosses in um, long before you get here. So now we can cut them off, clean them up. I think we'll try to cut up as much as we can. Or at least try to. First time I've done it right, so. Oh yeah, it's cut up fairly easy with side cuts. That's because we got it's all soft from the ASA slurry. Okay, now I'm ready to start beveling. So I'm gonna bevel this in at about a 30-degree angle. Again, you could use like a Sharpie to give you a visual reference. Just on this plane right here. And once you remove all that black, then you're pretty much done, right? All right. Okay, so put that aside. All right, so now what we gotta do, we'll drill a couple holes, but first we got these two screws to put in, and then these two. So we'll put those in first, try to get it seated. I'm using M2x8 here for the two in the doghouse. All right, so now we gotta drill these two holes and use so 1.2 drill bit or 1.5. And this is drilling into the RC4WD drive body. And then here I'm going to use a M2x6. I'm running out of them screws. So as you could actually use an 8. It's not like threading very far, but for now I think that's good enough. Alright, so this thing's ready to go on. So you should be able to look in here and it should sit flat. Um, if not, you might be hitting something. And then the door actually should be inside the fender. That's by design. It's not a screw up or bad engineering. It's just to make sure that the door can open. And then also your hood, you should actually tape that in place to get your width right. If you don't have the hood, then the measurement is, what is it, 7.6? Yeah, it's like 7.6. Just under 5/8. 5/8 is just a fudge too much. And then, the basic thing I'm looking for is just make sure that they match. Because it's a lot easier to track that now. But if you stayed with the body line, and the doors should match perfect. That side's good. And then look at the body line. I'm good there. The other thing I don't like is I need to bring that where the rocker meets the fender in a little bit. And now that you've removed that material, it's really easy to take that out, so be careful. If you've done it before you did that bubble, now after, it's not going to take the same effort. Wants to move around, and well, it's going to come. You can either take the. No, you don't want to do the rocker. But I don't like how that's seating. So I'm actually gonna take a little bit off of this corner right here. But I want that fender to align with that rocker. There. Yeah, that was what it was. Alright, so note that. You may have to round that a little bit. There's only so much I can get right in CAD. And it's not very much. Anyway, this is a lot easier than the old kit too. Don't worry about getting that perfect, because you are gonna fill it with the acetone slurry. But what I'm after is getting that fender to rest against that right there. And then you may want to bring them in, reduce the thickness. The only other snapped, kind of snapped in place. That's kind of cool. Another place I can see is right over here. I need to cut that out more. Kind of wish I wouldn't have went so far down with that the angles right here. All right, where'd my file go? Yeah, and you're always paying attention to that body line. All right, so it's seated all the way, so it can't really come in anymore. But I like that. Let's check this side. This side fits a lot better for some reason. Always this side. Sometimes it helps to tape one side down as you're trying to fit the other side. Almost like I got. Oh yeah, I see it now. There's like a point. This came to a point more on this side than it did the other. Having a router so close to them, I almost took shaved off a little bit of that bottom of that pillar. A Dremel. Call that a router. Scale router. Hold there one. Some good and flush there. Wow, this is looking pretty good. And you can kind of feel too, feel that gap. Your fingers. Oh yeah, yeah, pay attention to that right there when you're fitting. Whatever you do to one side, you always want to do the other. It's hard. You can't never really do anything exact because unless you're ambidextrous, which I actually turn it around. I was always goofed up. I throw right-handed, right-handed, eat right-handed, but I skateboard, snowboarded, southpaw, and then kick. I did backwards, and then I rode BMX backwards. Because most people favor one side or the other. And then 2018, I broke this finger right here at the knuckle. Um, and I'm a guitarist. I played guitar for 35 years, so that would absolutely kill me if I couldn't play guitar. Well, I can't because it didn't heal straight. I can't form chords that way anymore. So I retaught myself to play left hand, and I actually can shred left-handed now. So that was actually kind of a blessing in a way. All right, so what I'm gonna do is we're gonna do one side at a time. So I'm just gonna kind of tape them up. How did I do that last time? Last time what I did is just put a piece of tape over the cross like that. Yeah, and I guess we had the hood taped on, which I don't have a hood because it's I'm making a mold out of it. So it's not an option for me right now. And I'm gonna do the same thing with the that bottom one. But I want to be able to see the lines. So once I got my rocker aligned, I'm gonna take that place and I'm gonna tape it up here. And then I'm gonna try to lock it in place. So this kind of gives you practice for the other, the side that you're gonna glue. All right, so now I'm gonna get my slurry ready with a fresh paint brush, which I may have to go get. Oh wait, I got them right here. So we're ready to go. Take this stuff off. So now, again, pay attention to your body line. You can adjust it after this. Want that to be in line with your door. All right, so I got it good and tight. And kind of spread any excess around, fill any gaps. You can do more touch up later. So the other side will should glue down just like this side. So um, I just want to see what my gap is because I don't have a hood, and that is perfect. So yeah, I know you can't see it on camera, but it is exactly 7/600,000ths. So I'm not even gonna touch it. All right. So I'm gonna let that set up for at least an hour, and then we'll come back and do the other side. I'll peel that off and see what it looks like, because that'll be whatever one side looks like, the other, like that's what you're gonna try to make the other side match. So let that set up, and then we'll be right back. All right, so I let this set overnight. Oh, it's time to pull the tape off. Here's what we got. Interesting is the gap between the A pillar and the fender is different. I don't know why. Must 3/8 where that corner is right there. Yeah, this is about a 16th higher. I took too much off. Maybe I should have waited. That's okay. I can build that back up using that this stuff here. No worries. I'll fix it. All right. So body lines look all right. Of course, this side is down just a fudge. This side is actually perfect. But it's a done deal now. Yeah. So for some reason, yeah, this side's down a little bit too far. All right. So yeah, that's how you do it. Um, so now I'm gonna pull this back off and pull the doors off and start doing body work. And but this right here is gonna conclude this segment. Part of the tutorial. So I'm gonna do the body work in the next one. I think that should conclude the cab um tutorial, and then I'll move on to the next tutorial with doing the front clip. So again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.